And we can go live at GDC. I'm with Quado Games?
That's
or is it just Quado?
Quado Studios.
Oh man, Total Recall reference too, right?
That's
I feel like we need to do that at the top of this. What inspired that? You just like Total Recall a lot?
Yeah, when we kicked this off, we wanted to. This is all about getting kids into education in the 21st century, and of course gaming is really, really crucial to it. Lots of people have been trying around with gaming and learning sort of stuff, and we were like, open your mind sort of stuff, and then we were like,
love it.
Total Recall is one of our all-time favourite films, in fact, right across the board for all of us in the studio. So we were like, there we go. Rebel Leader, Total Recall.
Wow.
Open your mind.
This is actually the second meeting I've had with a Total Recall reference this week. I just want to throw that out there, yeah.
Did they actually seriously like really bring it in like this though?
They didn't have the name, but they had it was basically a clone kind of a mechanic in a game. I forgot there was a very specific word for it. But anyway, we're here to see Hakitzu,
Cool, man.
which is your first game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, which is so we started off. We wanted to get kids. So when we were looking around and getting kids inspired into coding, we were figuring out how to do that. And one of the key things that we wanted to do was we actually found that they just wanted to code. They just wanted to get into it. But 99% of kids don't really get it and how to figure that out, how to get started. So what we wanted to do was. This is a turn-by-turn strategy game, and sort of similar to Hero Academy type of stuff.
Okay.
So iOS first, but it's built in Unity, so obviously you can go different ways. And the whole point of it, firstly, was that you get in and you have a look at your robot, and you are, at the moment, you can see the XML of the robot there, and in a couple of weeks you're going to be able to edit that as well and change that around and fix it.
Oh, crazy.
But you can, at this stage at the moment, you can just like flick up and just get a couple of different weapons and sort out what your robot's going to look like. That's the main thing, and then basically you go straight into figuring out how to play. And so I'm going to take you straight into. So we wanted to make it a little bit engaging and a little different to any other educational game that's been out there so far. So educational games suck in general, right? I mean, they're awful.
Math Blaster was all right.
What?
I'm into Math Blaster.
Math Blaster is pretty cool, right? But most of them are pretty kind of poor, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we got to try and figure out like how do we take it up into something where the kids really get deeply engaged into it. So what you see here is, like I said, so this is the tutorial, and I'm just going to quickly run you through that. So you see here's actually the function input. So they actually seriously got to write in JavaScript. And they write in JavaScript to actually make their moves happen. That's the tactical view. Then over here they've got a function library which basically tells them how functions are. And the first thing that we're doing in the first release is functions and variables, basically, and taking through that. And then every 4 weeks, we're going to be bringing out more and more stuff for them to do. And so we say here, and then you can tap on this, and it takes you through and into a deeper tutorial of what like a move function is, what it does, how you'd actually type it. And then actually, one of the coolest things we did was we built an actual code keyboard.
Oh wow!
Because if you think about coding on mobile, it's quite awkward on any of the keyboards, particularly on the iOS keyboards. It's 3 levels down on the keyboard, so we basically brought up all the core functions, so you don't have to go up and down in different levels.
Oh, very cool.
And it's like, proper in for the hackers to get into. And then how to do it, a little bit more instructions, etc. And then you have a number of points. You basically use up the points as you move. You've got a number of points that you've got to use, and each one of these functions take up. So if you want to fire a laser, it takes a lot more points than just moving. And then you execute, and then off you go. So I'm going to actually seriously start typing code here for you. So that's my robot there, and I'm actually now going to type in what to do, and this is what the kids really like. And I'm going to show you some of the YouTube videos afterwards of some of the beta testing that's happened so far. And I'm just going to actually do some simple ones at the moment, just in the interests of time. And so go forward, and so go left. And
you were telling me before we started recording, actually, your studio's only 12 months old.
Yeah.
You've already spit something out like this, and it looks great.
Yeah, well, thanks, man. Cool. This
How
is actually
big's your
the
team?
4th prototype so
Really?
far. Yeah. It was about 20. We got actually a whole bunch of AI people in there as well, actually. So that's another story I'm going to come to in a second. So if we spit this out, and there we go. And as I said, like for an educational game, this is very, very different, right?
Right.
And this gets the kids. So then basically I've written it down. Now I've actually had to write that properly, actually literally had to write that out properly. And that was the thing that the kids like to do. And then execute. And then in 3D, Iron Man form, there you go. And as you can see, and now it's moving down, you can see the functions, and you literally can see. So
That's cool.
The whole thing was about learning by doing, basically, right? It's like I want to be able to see what I do, how I move, how I do things, etc. And of course, turn by turn, right? So it's off to you now to go and play.
Right.
And we basically will add in more and more functionality as we go through. It gets more structured. You can like save your code, like do different sequences, put the key sequences out across. And your whole idea is you've got to basically get out there and hack your way across the opponent's court. Right?
Okay.
Destroy his robots, hack it down. But it is strategic, so you've got to really think about how you're going to get that done all the way through. Lots of different, a few different levels, different basically robots to have a look at, and little structures and everything to take it through. So that's it, dude.
Oh, cool. And you said this is out today?
Yeah.
This is available.
Yeah, just gone out in the store, man. So